Hey everyone, I'm Isaac with Mammoth Electronics, and we're going to do another clickless true bypass install here on a Boss PS-3 pitch shifter delay. One of our customers was nice enough to send this in to us. So, let's just dive right in here. The first thing we want to do is work with our LED board. So, these wires are not going to be long enough, so we're going to go ahead and desolder those. Remember, on Boss, 99% of the time the orange is going to be your positive and the green is your negative. And so our orange is going into number 1 hole. So we'll take that out. Then we'll take out our ground. Okay, so now we're just going to put 2 longer wires in here. We'll just replace them as we go so we know which one went where. And the orange is our power wire. We're going to replace that with a longer red wire here. So you should have wires about that long, about 3.5 inches or so. And we'll put this back in here. This is usually the hardest part of the whole thing. Okay. So we'll run these guys down through the middle. This pedal does get a little bit tight with wires. So we will attach our LED ground to this ground point right here, which is on that's the input jack. Kind of see it right there.
Tilt it a little higher. Sorry, bring the board, yeah, like that. Bring the board up. There you go.
Kind of see it right here.
Okay.
So that green wire might have actually been long enough, but that's no big deal here. We'll just go ahead and cut it down. We'll tin this wire. Then we will attach it down here while we try to not burn any other wires. So now we have the green wire from our LED and the black wire connected together for that ground. Now we'll take our clickless unit, which I've already installed the power and ground, the 2 switch wires, and our return and send wire. So we'll just put our LED positive into the L pad here. Okay. Now we will go our power and ground. So we have our power. We're actually going to take out the diode, which is right here. It's a D2, which was the diode on the positive wire of the LED. So if we take that out, we can have a nice pad that goes straight to 9 volts. There it goes. So that looks like this. So the pad we're going to want to put it on is right here. It's the bigger one. That's where your 9 volts is. So we will strip that. Okay, and solder it in. Now for our ground, we're going to come to this ground lug right here. It's right by your switch. So we can cut that one down. Same thing, we'll tin this. And we will attempt to get a connection here. Okay, so we have that ground wire going from our main ground on our Clickless to that ground point there. Now we can do the ins and outs. So the output wire is going to be number 7, which is the white wire, and this is coming off of the mono output jack. That's going to go to our O pad here. And our input signal coming from the input jack up top, not the expression, goes to the brown wire that's on hole number 9, right here in the middle. This is going to the iPad for your input. Okay, so we have once again we got the brown going to the iPad, the white going to the OPad, so that's your output and your input. So that's all of our wires we need to attach. So now we will get some double-sided tape. And secure this down so we can finish our install here. And we'll just put it right up against this bottom jack. Just like that. So now we need to put our inputs and outputs back into the board. Alright. So we'll just strip these off. Now the blue here is going to our S pad, which is our send, so that's going to go to the input of the board, which is where the brown wire was. That's hole number 9. So that one went right there. And then our output wire, which is the R wire for return, goes to number 7. That one just went right here, right above R30 there. Okay, now we're going to take S2. I have a black wire coming from S2. And we'll tin it. And we're going to hook S2 up to the ground lug on the switch here. As you can see, that wire is coming over to this ground lug. So we're just going to attach that one right there. And then our S1 wire, going to attach to the purple wire on the switch. Alright, so that one goes to the purple wire right there. Alright, so that's it for the wiring portion. And now we have to do the part where we send this pedal into always on mode. So this one, since it's a digital pedal, it's a little bit tricky because it uses a microcontroller to turn things on and off. And there's not really a way to, not something, part you can remove to get around that. But there's a little trick where if you take this wire out, the purple wire connected to the momentary switch. So we'll take that out. And we can just cut that off down here and pull it out. So by doing that, The trick is when these digital pedals get power, when you plug a power supply in, they're all automatically in on mode. And if we disconnect that from the board, they're never going to switch off. So then we're just switching our ins and outs that is controlled by our clickless true bypass. So now we can test this out and see if it works.